What can we expect from Project Nigel today? Will I explain what this thing's doing here? Will I wax lyrical about my new bench? Will I finally give the microwave a name? Well, I might do some of that stuff, but more likely I'm going to do the other things I have planned today. Strange day this one. We've basically just skipped 2 hours there while something's been going on. You know, what's he called? Project Albert. Project Albert is going, yep, Project Albert is being delivered to its new home today. But it's all part of a rather interesting deal with a young chap who's basically going to end up with another Rover 75. So here I am in Project, oh, there's my keys on the floor. Project Max, on my way to Heaton Park, where there's a chap there with a Renault. I'm not buying a Renault, but the Renault was needed to bring back the ramps. Let me introduce you to a car. This is going to be called Project Jasper. As you can see, Jasper is an early Rover 75, and I've got this in a kind of exchange for the other one, which is called Albert, Project Albert, which is going today. Quite a lot of bits are coming off this car before it's left with me. Now, the engine works and everything, but it is really rather badly rotten all the way along the sills. So, to add to the problems of my truck not starting this morning, even with a set of jump leads, then I had the problem of where to put my ramps once this car was on the back of the truck, because they simply wouldn't go underneath, and there's nowhere to jack it up because everything's so rotten. In the end, he had to use his own car to bring the ramps back to work for me, which is very kind of him, but it's also very inconvenient. Underneath the bonnet of this 75 is a 2-litre V6 manual. Nice, eh? Yes, and it starts as I've said, but the only trouble is clutch master cylinder seems to have gone wrong, so I couldn't get it into gear, and the only way to get this car on the back of the ramp, because I couldn't use the winch because I didn't have the controller with me and my battery was going to go flat anyway, was to put the car in first gear and start the engine and drive it up until I almost hit the winch. So I did quite a good job of getting that very, very close indeed. Now, there are going to be quite a lot of items coming off of this car, but in the meantime I've got to get it off of the truck, and that's a bit of a tricky one because the handbrake doesn't work either. And when I say it doesn't work, I mean it doesn't work at all. Slightly dangerous mission taking that car off the back of there because I couldn't stop it. Honestly, it just wanted to go. Just put it in reverse, set off, and even the brakes weren't enough to stop it. Anyway, so that's off. And now I've got to move Frank out of the way, and then we're straight on to Albert. Not featured very much, Albert, has it? No. Poor Albert. I almost feel sorry for Albert. It's come here, it's been here for months, and nothing's happened. It's just stayed in that one place. And now it's going. But it is going to be fixed. The chap who's having it is going to put a new engine in it, put a new fuel tank, new fuel lines, possibly change over all the interior and all the rear subframe stuff as well. He's not afraid of a bit of work. Now, transit phase has had a run. Will it start? No. Now, this isn't a plan I was expecting to be doing, but that battery I put in yesterday is obviously a lot worse than I anticipated, because as soon as I started to operate the winch, it cut out on me. Having battery problems is more of a pain in the bottom than you may imagine. I'm sure you can imagine it being quite a pain. But when you've got the battery underneath the seat, you have to keep sliding the seat forward to get to the battery, and then you can't slide the seat forward, slide the seat back unless you're sat on it. It takes all the fun out of it basically. Look at this big heavy duty thing. Supposed to be doing a review on this car as well. Not sure I'll get time today though. Not being as it's already 1:30, not even had any dinner yet, and obviously I've got to be going out in just over an hour. But fear not, because well, I have a real treat today I can show you. Inside here, made last night by my twin 8-year-old girls, are sandwiches. And well, they're not exactly the way I would make them, in all honesty. I have a bit more experience in making sandwiches than those two, you see. So we're going to do a sandwich review quickly. Needs some mustard on it, I think. Albert with his new wheels on and off to his new home. You're staying here. This is definitely the best time to go and deliver a car for someone. Look, I'm currently in a very interesting position here with traffic lights. You know the old embarrassment about stalling at the traffic lights? Well, this is a bit of a game changer, because if I stall, I've got to hook up another battery and jump start, and that's only if there's enough power left in this battery to do it in the first place, which there might not be. Might as well get a last look at the old college bank flats, because they are supposed to be getting knocked down. I know more or less where I'm going with this car, and I certainly know how to get to Haywood, which is the town it's going to. But I've put the sat nav on just so I can get the best, quickest route, and then I've pretty much ignored everything it's told me. Hello. Sitting in traffic is not really what you want when you're concerned about how good your battery is, especially when it's wet and you've got to keep using wipers and your lights, your indicators and your brake lights, as well as the heater blower, which is the cause of all the problems in the first place. If it wasn't for that heater blower, I wouldn't have a problem with the battery, would I? And now I haven't even got it switched on, but I could do with it being switched on, just in case it takes too much power out of the battery. Look at that sky. That's really rather dramatic. So much lovely sunshine over there, and then rain clouds just to the west, I think. Very impressive. Well done, whoever painted that. Aldi! 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 And that was the Aldi chance. Catchy, isn't it? Albert's got its new home now, as you know, and I'm driving home in the dark, running the low fuel gauntlet and the low battery power challenge thing as well. Having dropped the car off just then, used the winch a little bit just to get the car off, battery flat. But the curious thing is, reading on the multimeter, the battery's getting 14.5 volts, so it can't really be the alternator's fault. Could it be possible that two batteries are completely goosed at the same time? Stranger things have happened shortly. Rochdale, birthplace of cooperation. All of that is true. The Co-op is a Rochdale branch of shopping places. It's not exactly a supermarket, is it? But it's a Rochdale thing. Yep. And we're very proud of it in Rochdale. So much so that they use a Scottish person to do their voiceovers. That's how cooperative people from Rochdale are. What's happened loads today to me is people pressing the thing on the pedestrian crossings. That doesn't really sound like anything you should be moaning about, but it happened twice on the same pedestrian crossing, and there was no need to because the cars were stopped anyway. Often you get gangs of kids walking past and pressing the button for the fun of it to make cars stop. But you know, although that's annoying and it's inconvenient, at least there's a reason for it. They're trying to be, well, difficult. You're having fun. They think that's fun, and I can understand that. What I can't understand is where you have adults just pressing it to go across the road and then looking up and discovering they didn't need to press it and they just set off across. That really annoys me. Come on. Yes, it does.
The end.